Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I'm filming this right after I just filmed Gabbie Hanna's Escape the Nightmare because I need to start hearing what the other sides of this story is because Gabbie's point of view is like so crazy that I just need to hear other POVs. So we're going to get right into Joey Graceffa's video first, who is obviously the main person on Escape the Night, and then Daniel Preda's video. Joey's video is 16 minutes long. Daniel Preda's is over an hour long, and he comes, from my memory, more with like receipts and stuff. So I forget Joey Graceffa's video. I'm going to be honest. It has 6.4 million views. Daniel Preda's has 6 million views. Congratulations, Daniel Preda. A mention of Joey Graceffa, and you've got some views, but who am I to speak? That's what I do for a living. Mention people's names. But anyways, I'm very intrigued to see what Joey said because I remember Daniel's video was messy. So let's just get right into it. Let's not waste any more time. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. It's called Gabbie Hanna Needs to Stop. All right. And it says, the description is, bye Gabbie.
Alrighty, well, let's just get into this, shall we? So this video is a response to Gabbie Hanna's video, Escape the Nightmare. And I just want to...
Is he wearing a damn Escape the Night promo merchandise? He said, not a moment to not promote. God, this got only 4,000 dislikes and almost 400,000 likes. The public were on his side. So Gabbie Hanna's little series where she was exposing people and getting like 100,000 views now blew up to the responses are getting 6 million views.
Give you guys a spoiler alert. Gabbie was actually the nightmare, so... Sorry, I had to spoil you. So I'm going to go over some of the points that she made in her video that are just completely false and give you guys the receipts to back that up. But before we get into those points, I do want to let you guys know that Gabbie and I were close friends. So when she acts like the victim and is wondering why all these people in her life who claim to be her friends are no longer her friends, you do things, Gabbie, to make people not be your friends. What you did to me on Escape the Night is the reason we are no longer friends and the reason why I talked badly about you being on Escape the Night.
Oh, I love when someone owns being a bitch. He goes, and that's the reason I talk bad about you. I respect it. I would rather someone be more upfront than not. Because there's so many of these slimy YouTubers that will not tell you that they talk shit. And they do. So I appreciate the honesty.
Just because we were friends before that doesn't contractually make me obligated to never say anything bad about you or never not be your friend because we were friends in the past. You did this. You ended our friendship, not me. The way that you acted on set of Escape the Night is why we are no longer friends.
Oh.
An example of what a friend is like on set.
If I remember correctly, we're about to praise Colleen Ballinger, so let me just prepare myself. All right.
Of a production of your friend. Take some advice from Colleen, who literally gave birth months before, showed up on set.
The greatest woman of all time. If God was a woman, it's Colleen Ballinger, right, Joey?
Breastfeeding, went home after hours on set to her baby.
Yeah, because she was doing anything to avoid looking after those kids. I love whenever they're all praising her for that. And I'm like, babe, she just wanted time away from those fucking kids.
Waking up and then having to be a mom and then coming to set the next day and doing it all over again. And the crazy thing is, Colleen was my #1 support system. Being on set of a production that's millions of dollars and having all this pressure is a lot. But Colleen didn't complain once, and she was my #1 supporter, making me feel good about things and helping me de-stress and telling me that everything was...
She's really nice to your face, isn't she, Joey?
Also, my friend is making life on set a living hell by being disrespectful and rude and mean and foul to not only cast, but crew, screaming at the director, demanding things, and calling a production assistant a dumb is not how you act on set of one of your friends. Not even just your friend, any set in general. That's not how you act, regardless of...
I think this is a good point that he's making. Like, this is a set at the end of the day. Like, you're all friends, in quotation, but like at the end of the day, this is a set. And if you're mixing it with friendship and stuff like that, that's on you. Like, everyone else is being professional, and if you weren't able to, then you're the problem.
your mental health issues, this is not how you act, okay? And that is why we are not friends, Gabbie. And that is why I don't like you. It's because of what you did to me. You are not a friend. That is not how a friend acts. That's just not my definition of a friend. So my main receipts in this, there are some screenshots, but I think my main receipts are people who were actually there who experienced what her behavior was like. And I don't think any words of me describing what she was like, or even her words of describing and owning up to what she did, can fully express and convey what it truly was like. But I am in the process of figuring out how to get the footage, the raw footage and raw audio, to show you guys what it was actually like on set with her. And but until then, this will have to do. And I do want to say a huge thank you to Rosanna for coming forward with her Twitter statement, expressing what it was like.
That's crazy. I thought Rosanna Pansino's first time being involved in drama was whenever she bizarrely continued to come after Mr. Beast because she didn't win the competition. But no, our girl Rosanna was involved in drama back here. She was, you know, putting her foot in and saying that Gabbie was not nice and Joey was, like, she made her side very clear, and it really got people really riled up against Gabbie. Rosanna's dabbled in drama before. Completely forgot about that.
Kind of debunking some of the things that Gabbie had said in her video. And also the friends who were also on Escape the Night who liked that tweet and support, I appreciate you. It means a lot to me because you guys are my biggest receipts that I have to really prove that Gabbie was the one in the wrong in this situation. So I do want to go over some of the key points that she talked about in her video and debunk those with the receipts that I have. Okay, number one, I never once started this. Gabbie thinks that I'm the one who started this. During interviews and stuff, people asked me like what it was like on set or what was season 4 like, and I was honest. I said it was awful because one person in particular was awful and me.
He said, babe, I told the truth. Honestly, it's such a shady thing for him to say. He's like, I was just asked and I told the truth. But like, it is true, you know what I mean? Like, but also him and Daniel were making sly comments in videos as well. Like, it wasn't just always when they were asked in interviews. So he's not telling the full truth here, but I can understand how this is a great way to get out of it by being like, I was just asked a question, but that's not the entire truth in Gabbie's defense.
I never once said your name, Gabbie.
And only one out of all 4 seasons someone like had an issue with dying.
Oh, there was one in season 4 too.
Really?
Sure. Yeah, that was season 4 was my least favorite to film by far.
Why?
Just because
Drama.
of this one person on the cast who just made it hell.
Really? And how do you stay out of like not talking about drama? You never talk about things. I would call people out left, right, and center.
No, honestly, I could have, and I could have like exposed a lot of receipts, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I don't put out that energy. People were able to figure out who.
I was about to say, yeah, he didn't explicitly say it's Gabbie, but obviously people were able to figure out. But in Joey's defense, that's on Gabbie for people being able to jump the gun and assume it's her. That means that they already have a certain kind of idea that she would be the person that would do something like that. So that's on her again.
It was based off your past actions. It wasn't hard for people to connect the dots because you've set the standard of who you are online. So
Ooh, Caddy.
it also just frustrates.
The claws are coming out, Diva.
My friend do this to me. I mean, I've already expressed this, Gabbie. You can't treat your friends like that and expect them to always just keep things hidden from people or not share my truth of my experience with you just because we were friends. You ended our friendship, and therefore I got to express my frustration and my trauma, and I could have
Generational trauma.
but I wasn't. I stayed respectful, and I never once said that it was you publicly. You're kind of the one who outed yourself by confirming that it was you. I also never begged or pleaded for Gabbie to be a part of the show. Yes, I wanted her to be in it because she was my friend at the time. She was going through a lot of shit. A lot of people did not like her, still don't like her, but I was her friend and I wasn't seeing through the bullshit that everybody else was picking up on.
Okay, so he literally showed text messages where Gabbie's like, but people hate me. And he's like, no, like, we still want you on the show. Like, drama videos don't mean everything. So, I mean, actually, that was not begging. That was actually being a support system to her. Damn, she really fucked that one up, didn't she?
As a supportive friend, I wanted to give her this opportunity to be on a show that has thousands of fans and the opportunity to be on this platform that has like a billboard and a lot of respect towards it. So
A lot of respect is generous, to be fair.
You this opportunity, hiring you on a project that means so much to me. So I'm sorry that I was being a good friend and inviting you to be a part of something bigger, but go ahead, live in your delusional world. I'm sure it's comfy there for you. You also claim that ADHD is the biggest reason that you acted the way you did on set. But just so you know, half the cast had ADHD and did not act in the way that you did.
I mean, again, this is like, Gabbie really, like, the fruit was hanging and we were able to, like, pick it and, like, do retaliations against her. Like, blaming her entire actions on ADHD was not only so predictable, but just was, like, it's so bullshit because, like, there are so many people in the world and, like, most people who live with ADHD just do not act that way, and it's not an excuse in any way. But also him saying that about, like, most of the guys had ADHD, they didn't act like that. It's like, yeah, Gabbie, it was just the way you acted. You know what I mean? There's no excuses for it. You don't have to make an excuse.
Then you go into your eating disorder and the whole food situation. Every single person is sent a form days before we start filming to get people's medical information and their allergies and any food restrictions. Gabbie didn't fill this out until the day we were on set. Miss Gabbie, can we do a little BTS moment? How is she? Look at, she's got her yellow hair on.
We're doing
She's practicing her script.
filling out my medical information.
You're supposed to.
Ooh, she outed herself in that vlog clip. Okay, so she didn't, in the long run, tell them what she wanted for food until the last minute, and then was like, I want green beans, broccoli, spinach. Like, that's on her. Damn. Okay, me when I don't do something and then I blame other people that I didn't do it. I don't know what she, like, expects. It's like working on everyone, like everyone has to work on her schedule, but that's not work on a set.
Out beforehand so we can get everything prepared and make sure that we have your dietary restrictions accounted for. So I don't understand how you expect things to be done for you when you don't do the work yourself. And I also
a medical form is the bare minimum.
Defend Daniel, who literally went above and beyond for not only you, but everybody else on set. He had a million things going on, and yet he still managed to have the time to go to Whole Foods and get you your 3 healthy meals that were so specific of, like, exactly what you needed, and yet you still didn't even eat them. You literally just left them out to rot. So what was it that you were actually trying to do, Gabbie? Was it that you actually needed the healthy meals, or were you just trying to be difficult? Because I think you were just trying to be difficult and throw around some power. Okay, so moving on to the wardrobe.
Damn. That also is a very fair point. Like, I kept saying, like, if she needed all this shit so desperately, like, she could have got her own assistant. She could have, you know, had it in advance, organized it herself. But him making a point where they just believe that she was doing it to throw around power and stuff, I believe that more than anything else. And I hate that I agree with Joey Graceffa. But wow, that is such a good point that he made. And obviously, who knows more than someone who, it was his show. Or is his show, I guess.
Oh, is this the outfit that you approved during your first fitting? I don't remember forcing this outfit on you, Gabbie. I'm pretty sure you approved this during the first fitting, and you actually loved it. So we
so catty in this.
Of it. That was just a different color that matched your skin tone and your hair. The issue is, Gabbie, you had 2 more fittings after we made you this custom look that you just didn't show up for.
Oh my god, he has email proof that she didn't show up. Oh, he has many emails showing that she didn't show up. Oh my god, no. Literally, they're like, will we get Gabbie today? Oh my god, she didn't even show up for any of them.
Offered to meet you at your music studio that...
Not at the damn music studio. There is, if anything, we need less music from Gabbie Hanna. So, like, that is her excuse for not showing up to her fittings, that then she complained that the clothes didn't fit her because she was at the music studio. All that for what? So what if I'm the monster?
Accepted. And when the costume designer, who was actually 9 months pregnant at the time, drove across...
Was everyone on the set fucking pregnant or just had a baby? Fuck me.
...town to go to your music studio, you stood her up.
Gabbie has a shoot today and cannot go to Universal for the fitting.
And again...
Oh my god, she didn't show up!
...to make sure that your wardrobe fit until you showed up the first day of set and it didn't fit you. Surprise! And you were complaining.
It's also important to note that Gabbie never responded to Daniel or Joey's video, which kind of does just in turn make her guilty, in my opinion. In the history of online,
Make it to the previous.
they got the last word.
To make sure that it fit you. So make it make sense. I don't know how you expected.
Damn, I don't understand why she would. Why is my phone blowing up so overtly much? This grip chat is going crazy. I thought I muted it. I hate whenever my phone just like, they added me to a new one. What are my friends doing? Can you fuck off? I'm working, as Gabbie Hanna would say. I'm working so hard. I'm sitting and I'm filming. Oh my god, I'm working so hard. It's crazy that Gabbie would make the escape. Sorry, I love playing with these. They're so big. This is what I normally wear. Look, I've like doubled them in size. Isn't that crazy? I'm sure you're so excited that I told you that. There's something really crazy that... Check out the new Escape the Night merch. Your connection is not private. Attackers might be trying to steal your information. It's telling me to go back to safety. It is literally telling me to go back to safety when I try to go to Joy Graceffa's merch store. All right. It's like, you don't want this shit. So why would she make a video in which she's exposing all of this when there was just damning priff emails, texts, videos, vlogs, everything that she didn't even show up for the bare minimum? Like, is there a humiliation kink here? Gabrielle? I don't know. Or just delusion?
A Cinderella miracle to happen to make sure that you were comfortable in your wardrobe when you didn't show up to the two fittings to make sure that it could be comfortable. So things took a turn on set after day 2 when she refused to come back the next day at her call time. So this is when everything kind of climaxed in...
I hate when people use that word.
Showing her...
Do not say climax. Ugh.
It was the end of day 2. It's about 4 a.m. We're all getting out of our clothes and getting ready to go home, and the PA comes to let us all know our call times for tomorrow so we can be ready for our hair and makeup and get day 3 started. So the PA tells Gabbie a time she has to arrive the next day, and she completely refuses, cusses out the PA and tells him that she refuses to come. So of course, we reach out to her manager, let him know that, hey, Gabbie is refusing to work under the contract that she signed, and that she needs to show up on set. And her manager was extremely apologetic and was basically saying
her manager
extremely unprofessional. Like he's had so many issues with her, and so she showed up on set the next day. But the director and I met and were like, okay, this is not it. We need to kill her off the show as soon as possible so it can be a peaceful set, because she was causing so much chaos that we just needed to get rid of her. Now, there have been some cases where we do scripted death if someone has a heart out and they can't make it through the whole filming process, and that actually included Tana this season because she had to go to an award show. So we had planned that Tana would die in episode 5, and with the whole issue with Gabbie, we're like, we can't have her for one more episode. Let's get rid of her. So we planned the double death, which a lot of people were upset about, but now you know the real reason why there was a double death. The next day, I took Gabbie aside, and of course, she had a million things to say. She had all these excuses of what was going on with her and how she's the victim. And I'm in producer headspace. Like, I need to make sure that this production...
That's what to say. Like, I have like worked on like short films and stuff, but they've been like college projects and stuff, so not on the level of Escape the Night, as abysmal as it is. To give credit where it is due. And I've worked with a couple difficult people, and it just ruins the vibe for everyone, and it just makes it so much more difficult, and it makes the project so like put such a damper on it that I really do sympathize with everyone involved in just wanting her character to be killed off. Could you imagine being Gabbie and hearing that people are like, we just need to kill her off? Like, she's that excruciating to be around.
As smoothly as possible. There's millions of dollars on the line, and I'm not about to let this girl fuck this up for me. So I'm just nodding my head like, yeah, girl, don't worry, everything's fine, like, we're good, like, it's all good, like, I totally understand what you're going through. But in my head, I'm like, This girl is screwing me over so hardcore. She's made my life a living hell on this set, made things way harder than they need to be. But you know what? I'm just gonna suck it up so she doesn't screw anything else up anymore. And that's what I did. And I am proud of the way that I handled myself because I could have gone off on her very hard, but I don't think that would have been a good result on set. I obviously didn't want her walking off, and I had to do what I had to do to protect me and protect the show. So if that's fake, Gabbie, well, it's what I had to do. She
Ooh!
in her video complained a lot about...
I appreciate the honesty.
Girl, you did season 2. You knew what you were signing yourself up to.
This is what I'm saying. Like, he's saying the exact point I said, where she complained about these long days, the food, the everything, but I'm like, didn't you already experience this 2 seasons previous and you said you hated it? So why did you come back? Now we have proof that you weren't begged to come back on the show. So it's like, why did you put yourself through that? Like, are they paying you that well? Or like, how much do they get paid? Tell me.
But also, that's just what set life is. It's a lot of hurry up and wait. But I know you think that the world revolves around you, and how dare anybody make you wait? I mean, how dare we pay you thousands of dollars to sit in a luxury trailer and do nothing? Sounds like a really hard gig, Gabbie, to just have to do nothing but get paid thousands of dollars and also get to be on a show that's going to be a platform for you to maybe redeem yourself. Maybe get people to like you and enjoy you a little bit more. So then her video goes into
Okay, Catty.
her apology and my fake accepting her apology. So same with before, where we're on set, it's like I have to do what I have to do to protect this project. And by accepting your apology was me protecting the project. You're pretty unstable and I don't know what to expect from you, so I'd rather pretend that we're good than actually deal with the craziness that you bring. I don't think you realize this, Gabbie. Maybe you do, but you're scary and you make it very hard for people to be honest with you. And if I was honest with you, nothing would have changed. You're so delusional and you think that you were always going to be the victim. Even months after, when I finally did share with you my frustration of you on set, there was no getting through to you. There was always just an excuse. So maybe understand that the reason why all these people who are fake friends just don't know how to cut it off with you because you're scary and you don't make it easy for people to be honest with you. Also, I want to share a story with you guys about...
Oof. Again, this is so harsh to hear, and I'm not even Gabbie, but it's like, she did this to herself. Like, she made that video and provoked them respond. Like, do you think she thought that they weren't going to respond? But I can't see a world in which she thought they weren't going to respond. It's also crazy, that, again, that her video only got, like, 100,000 views, 200,000 views, or whatever it got. It's deleted now, so we can't even see. And, like, this got 6.4 million, and Daniel's got 6 million. Like, that's a big ratio of people exposing you. Like, that's borderline terrifying.
About a week.
Maybe that's why she deleted the series.
Shooting. And by the way, after she was killed off the show, everything went so smooth. Like, everybody had clear skin. We were all thriving. The season got progressively better, and we were all just in good spirits. It was literally a negative energy had been removed from the set, and we were all so happy.
Someone said that about me. I kicked myself.
A week later, we had to do the press shoot where we shot the billboard and the promo shoots and stuff, and of course, she just had to make that just as difficult. She was complaining about her call time because even though she was contractually obligated to come to this day.
That's what I'm saying about all this. Like, didn't she sign a contract? Like, again, she's working, and I'm aware that as a YouTuber or a painter or a musician artist that she is, like, she is such a skewed version and perception of work. But, like, you signed a contract whether or not you were forced into, you know, being a part of it. They begged you. You signed a contract to do work and make a lot of money doing work.
Hey, she had a gym appointment.
Like, you get to fund your gym life and your artistic life by working.
She couldn't miss. So she was trying to...
She had a gym appointment she couldn't miss? Girl.
basically be on set as least amount of time as possible, and she kind of was just thinking like, oh, I can just get my makeup done, shoot out, and go. But that's not how it works. There's so many rotating things There's tons of other people. It's, again, not always just about you, Gabbie. Like, I don't know what else to say. It's just the world doesn't revolve around you. She's just so entitled to feel like her time is more valuable than others.
I mean, it's a fair point.
Colleen has a newborn baby that she's breastfeeding on set and managed to make time to be there, but your gym appointment is way
doing anything to escape that husband of hers she hates.
You have to go to the gym, Gabbie. That's way more important than the contract that you signed to be here for the full time that is required. But because things weren't going her way on set, she had a major meltdown, and I'm hoping to God that I can find the audio or some video form to really show you guys how much she blew up on this poor woman who was just telling her time of when she was ready on set. It was too much for Gabbie, and she called the woman a dumb c***, and then stormed off set, and we didn't get to finish.
Failed to enter whiteboard mode? Did I look like a fucking teacher to you? Don't remind me again. Fuck off. Am I supposed to do a presentation or something? My camera's been flashing for the past 2 minutes, and I'm like, what? I'm a teacher now? Whiteboard? Am I gonna, like, break down this saga on a fucking whiteboard? Fuck off.
Her promo shoot. So anyways, stay tuned for if I can find the footage or the audio of her to really convey how awful she was on set. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Okay, I don't think he ever did that. Don't think he ever did that. Again, I just don't understand what was worth it to Gabbie putting herself on the line so much to be exposed. Also, treating other workers so poorly as what she's been exposed as doing is just evil. And she obviously knew that they could respond to her because she kept calling herself a bitch, I was a bitch. But, like, that doesn't excuse if you were just a mean, nasty person. Okay, so Joey's video was not really, like, exposing receipts, but it definitely was telling the story overall. And it really does paint a more accurate picture. Now, the next one, Daniel Paredes, is when things get really crazy. Like, that is the crazy video. He has so much proof. But Joey's, I think, kind of tread the line of, like, being involved, but not being involved in drama kind of way. Let me know your opinion on Joey's video, and whose side are you on so far? Gabbie's or Joey's? We'll talk down below, and I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye.